Welcome back to 13C. We're out here, Spring 2018 Big 3 event, and I have Diego from Geissele, and we're going to go over some of the new knives they have for 2018. Let's just dive right into it, man, because this is kind of some exciting stuff you've got here.
Yeah, so this is a product lineup from Abraham and Moses. This is a sister company to Geissele. I believe at SHOT Show 2017, Bill Geissele went live with Abraham and Moses. The story behind it, to make it short, is Bill's son, Abraham, went to him and said, "Dad, I want to build a knife." And Bill said, "Son, let's just build a knife company." So knowing Bill Geissele, he went all out, and now we have a full run of production knives. Really, the philosophy of it is to bring the quality of a custom knife onto a production line. So we use, German machines, the best materials available. Lots, the Geissele engineering know-how of materials and machining. Mm-hmm. And this is what we have. So I'm going to start with the AM1. So this guy right here, this is a hunting knife. It's good, you can see the blade, it's nice and thick. This guy is a workhorse. This is good for camping, bushcraft. You want a baton, you want to just hit it, whatever you want to do with this guy, it's able to take it. You'll notice the blade, he's got that belly up there, so that's great for skinning, skinning game, and chopping and cutting and whatever you want to do. This guy is made out of D2 steel, and the finish is part of our nano weapon family of coatings that we have, and you're gonna see that on all of these knives. Handles are G10. This one in particular is 3D machined, so it's got a really nice feel to it. Check it out.
It does. I was handling these earlier while the line was hot, just kind of checking them out. It's got a nice solid full tang to it. It's got a nice weight to it as well.
Yeah, all of our knives are full tang, and we even make the screws in-house. So Bill Geissele doesn't go halfway on anything.
When he does something, he does it right.
You got that right, yes. So this guy, all of these knives are gonna be available very soon. This guy is going for $269 for the knife itself and $299 for the knife with this really nice leather sheath. So moving on, let me just place this on the floor real quick. Moving on, we have, this is the AM2. This is more of like a tactical solution for us. So this is the perfect size. It's you may not want a gigantic knife to have on you, but this is great for using it every day on duty. It's perfect if you want to put it on your chest, if you want to run it on your belt. It's got just the right size. Again, G10 handles. The steel is D2, and it's once again finished in our family of nano weapon coatings.
It's got a nice solid stop at the front here too. So if you are using this to put in work, you've got a nice positive stop there to prevent over travel of your hand. I like to see that on a knife design for something like that.
Yeah, this is a working knife.
Yeah.
And again, it's not something huge that's going to be cumbersome or heavy. It's just the right size.
Still balances nice as well.
Yes, this guy is going to have an MSRP of $229 for the knife and $259 for the knife with the leather sheath. We're also going to have Kydex option available for all of these. This one in particular comes in OD green, tan, and black. Forgot to mention the previous one, the AM1, that comes in tan, OD green, black, and safety orange, I guess you want to call it.
Sure.
As well. So let me just set this guy down.
Sure. And then we've got this guy.
So this is the AM3. I love this little knife. This is more meant for day hiking, fishing, everyday carry. Perfect knife for your bug out bag. If that's what you're into. Again, the blade is D2 steel, finished in our nano weapon coating. The bolts, everything's made in house. G10 handles, comes in OD green, tan, and black. And I believe the black version actually has, if you can see the fine detail, there's another one that has even finer detail if you need just a little bit extra grip.
A little extra grip.
One thing that I love about this knife is its size, right? It's not a threatening size. Like some people who are not used to knives or whatever, sometimes you pull out a knife that's too big and they're like, "Oh my God, what do you need a knife that big for?"
Right.
It's like this one, you can just use it everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're just not gonna scare anybody off.
Yeah, you could, like, for those who carry knives and use knives on a daily basis, none of these knives are gonna scare us if we look at them. But to somebody who's not used to seeing a knife, or they're only used to seeing that tiny little, Swiss Army type pocket knife that's on the end of somebody's keychain, to open a box or something, you pull out a larger knife, it's just the sheeple in them coming out. They can't help it, they just recoil, right?
Yeah.
Something like this though, it's small, it looks like to the untrained eye, it just looks like another knife.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything, but to the trained eye, or in my case, amateur eye, it's a nice looking knife. And you can tell its design and purpose. Again, it's got a stop on it, decent, not as pronounced as the other one because obviously it's a smaller knife, but it's still got a nice grip and feel to it.
Yeah, it will still allow you to do whatever work it is that you need to do in just a smaller package. And this guy is gonna retail for $189 for the knife by itself, and $219 for the knife and the sheath, and also a Kydex option coming soon.
Cool. Awesome, I appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and take a look at their flagship knife now. We're going to put some of this stuff up and we'll be right back in a minute. All right, so now we've got the flagship knife. Check that out. That is pretty cool right there. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but let's start out with the main show here.
So this is Abraham and Moses Luke Goodman Special Operations Combat Knife. This was a collaboration made between Geissele and Luke Goodman. Luke Goodman is a retired Special Forces man, so he's been there and done that, and he brought a lot of experience. He's also a master knife maker, so not only does he have the combat experience to design the perfect combat knife, but he has also a lot of knowledge to point us in the right direction as to what sort of features you would want on a knife that you could go to war with. So to start with, you have your G10 handles. These are 3D machined. So it gives you just that perfect contour. The steel itself, which makes this knife very special, this is Carpenter PD1 steel, and this is finished in our nano weapon family of coatings. It's a different coating than the other knives that you've seen. This is super durable. This thing, it's corrosion resistant. You can't wear this guy out. So to go over some of the features of these knives, you have, again, the handles. It just feels so good in the hand. You have such good purchase on it. You have this hilt right here. So what this prevents your hand from slipping into the blade and cutting your fingers. Then you have a ricasso right here, so you notice the sharp part doesn't start for a while. What this allows you to do is to choke up on the blade, so you can do fine cutting work. So there's many different uses for this knife. You will see at the end you have a glass breaker, and again, to break glass you don't need a really sharp edge, a really sharp point. It just needs to get right past your hand. And breaking glass is all about where you hit it, not hitting it with a penetrating point. And then also what's not nice is if you have it on your vest or if you have it on your belt and you make a movement or you trip over something, this thing's just not gonna poke you out. To accompany the Luke Goodman Special Operations Combat Knife, we have what we call the Sheath of the Future. So this guy is made out of 75 T6 aluminum. It's all machined and it's anodized in Type 3 hard coat, and it fits into this guy just right. In the box, when you buy the knife, you will get a different lock. So this one it's locked. You can't pull it out until you push the button, and the knife will go in on whatever direction you want to. The other lock that you get with this is a friction lock that you can adjust just how hard it is that you want to pull in it. So because sometimes in case you're in a situation or whatever, you don't really have time to push the button, or maybe you just don't want to make that noise. So then if you have the friction lock, the thing will just come off. Now, one of the things about this knife is this is a high endurance knife. So we've done tests, and we're gonna release a video that we filmed with Luke Goodman doing what he calls his cutting chores. So the thing about this knife is that it's differentially heat treated, which means the edge has a different hardness than the body of it. So that what that gives us is an amazing edge retention. We were able to do the cutting chores where we did 50 cuts of thick cardboard, 50 cuts of leather, 50 cuts of rubber, 50 cuts of braided 1-inch braided hemp rope, 50 cuts of really heavy plastic, like one of those 5-gallon buckets. Then we chop a 2x4 in half with it, and then it still shaves hair on your arm without having to resharpen it, without cleaning it, without doing absolutely anything with it. So this guy will stay sharp for a very, very long time, regarding using a lot of abuse. Now you held over this bent knife. So the thing is, you want a knife to bend because this is more than a knife. This is a tool. So you're able to use this to pry. You can apply a lot of force into it, and it just won't break. Thing is that other knives, when you pry them, when you bend them a little bit, the thing just shatters. It kind of just explodes into you. So due to the differential heat treating and the quality of the PD1 Carpenter steel that we use, you're able to bend this knife. Now, you can't do that with your hand. We actually have to put this knife on a vise and then put a big tall pipe on it and just hang from the top of it and just pull all of our weight in order to generate enough torque and leverage to bend it that way. Now, as far as the sheath is aluminum. Here, hold on to that. Feel that handle while I talk about the sheath right here. So this is milled out of a single block of aluminum, and you get these guys. And again, everything is made in-house with the screws and everything. The sheath comes with all manner of retentions, whether you want to put it on your chest rig, whether you want to put it on your belt, on a molly strap, whatever it is, it all comes included in the box.
And that is here. Well, we're hearing some heavy equipment here. We're at the end of the day, but that's just, you're not hearing. You can draw this silently if you wanted to. You're not gonna hear that. Regardless of how quiet it is, you're not gonna hear that. You'll hear the click of the button on this one anyway, but that's why you have the friction.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And another nice, interesting tidbit is that you'll notice this knife does not have a choil. Generally, a choil is a little cut at the end of the blade, and that, like, it would be kind of around here, and that just makes it easier to sharpen. There's not a choil in there because you wouldn't want it to get stuck into bone if you had to do that. That's usually what happens with a choil. So this guy, again, was designed by a combat veteran, guy who's been there, done that, utilizing Geissele engineering and know-how, and we believe this is the perfect combat knife, ready for duty, ready to put up with any task really that you want to put it in hand.
If you want, I'm just messing around while he's talking. If I put my hand over that and then just gently press it, you can unlock this without actually making any sound.
Yeah.
It's just a very slight, yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there, only because putting it on is that positive click.
Wonderful.
But yeah, anyway, that's solid blocker. That's what you guys do. You over-engineer.
Yes, and
but that's why it's precise.
Exactly. If it's not done, in the best way possible to get the absolute best end result, it's not a Geissele product. So, and again, this is Abraham and Moses, Geissele's sister company. That's what we're doing. We're bringing these knives are going to be available very, very soon. The Goodman Knife. This is $395 for the knife alone, and it is $750 for the knife and the sheath. There is also a leather sheath available, and Kydex is soon to follow.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. Diego, I really appreciate you taking the time with us and going over these. I mean, knives are something that I'm really spending a lot more time on, and I know you've asked about it on the channel, so hopefully this is definitely wetting your whistle for a lot more to come. Follow us, head on over to our main page, www.13cgunreviews.com or 13c.us. Either one will get you there. Sign up for our newsletter, please. We don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. As we're doing this, they've released some new policies again. So sign up for that newsletter. You can always find all our content over on the website, and then we won't spam you out. We promise to sell your information, never. And we won't spam you out, but definitely sign up for that newsletter. That way they can't suppress our voice totally, and there'll at least be an outlet you guys can come to should YouTube shut all of us down. We appreciate it so much. Thank you. Facebook.com/gunreviews. There'll be links to this down below and or at 13cgunreviews.com also. And stay safe out there, guys. We'll talk soon.